Like, why would my mom start crying? Okay, let's dish. Let me take you back to 2007, a long time ago. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Ariane Alexander. Hi, I'm the Rock Your Business coach and video expert, and this is part of my free 5-day series on how to video like a pro, so you can rock your videos and get it going. All right, so hello, everybody. If you are here with me live, please say hello and put your name in the chat because sometimes it doesn't come through on my end for some reason. So I'm so happy to see you. It's been so fun this week. And so I'd love to hear who's here. So if you're watching live, hello. If you're watching on replay, hi, what's up? It's Ariane Alexander here. Okay, so my mom started crying when she saw my tattoo. All right, it's 13 years ago. It's 2007. I have just walked away from my amazing career at Brighton. Like Brighton's this awesome accessories manufacturer, handbags, belts, shoes, jewelry, watches, all kinds of great accessories. And I had an amazing career there for 12 years. I was in sales and marketing, and like I worked with people all over the country, and I was very successful at a very young age. I was making 6 figures by the time I was 25, living in Oklahoma. So I was a baller, not so much in LA. That does not go that far in LA, but that's another story. All right, so please say hello in the chat. Please say your name because sometimes it doesn't show up who it's from. So I was living in California. I had just walked away from a 6-figure career where I could have been there forever and made great money and been super happy. But I was miserable. I was like burnt out. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I didn't know what was next. So in 2007 was like my coming out party for Ariane. I walked away from my career cold turkey. I was like, I don't know what's next. And I ended up in the entertainment business. Totally did not plan that out at all. People are like, oh, you must have moved to LA to become an actor. I'm like, no, I did not. No, I moved here for the fashion business. Acting was like, that didn't come till way later. And I always wanted to have a tattoo. I was always like, oh, I'd love to have like a big tattoo because I love tattoos. But, I'm from Kansas. And in Kansas back then, call it 15 years ago, tattoos they're a little sketchy. It's a little like, ooh, it's a little sketchy to have tattoos. You're a little, you're like a girl from the wrong side of the tracks. In LA, it's like, cool, like who cares? Nobody cares. But in Kansas, it's not as common. So mama is from Kansas. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. So I first started out with a little tattoo. This says love. Hey, when I graduated from the spiritual psychology program to remind me to always find the love in every moment. And then I was like, no, I want like a tattoo. So I have a whole side, like from the rib cage down to my thigh. My whole left side is this beautiful garden. It's like butterflies and flowers, and it's so pretty. It's like a garden, okay? And it's colored, it's all colored, it's so pretty. And the stargazer lilies, it's like pink. I can't like take my clothes off to show you, so but I love my tattoo. Like it made me like my body so much better because I was like every day, instead of being like, oh my God, you're so fat, why don't you lose weight? I was like, oh, there's something pretty to look at. So I highly recommend tattoos. Hi, Lisa. Rochelle Owens from Chicago. Hi, Nuruddin from Algeria. Hello. You got to be from Kansas. You know what? I'm a cowgirl from Kansas. That's who I am. All right. So I was like, I'm getting crazy in 2007. I'm leaving my career. I'm getting a tattoo, like a humongous tattoo. I'm going into the entertainment business. I'm going to be like I'm like a master's degree in spiritual psychology. People are like, oh my God, she's in a cult. It's not a cult. It's awesome. I'm in the entertainment business. People are like, oh, she's so Hollywood. Oh, I changed my last name. Like as an adult, I was like, I'm done with that last name. I'll tell you why. Because I changed who changes their name? I don't know anyone that like changes their last name just because. Everyone else gets married and changes their name. Well, I was like, well, I didn't see anybody putting a ring on my finger. And my last name was, my given born last name was, wait for it. Those of you that are on here that knew me when, wait for it. No, wait for it. Gump. Ariane Gump. Yes, like Forrest Gump. So for 20,000 million years, all I heard was every time I give my credit card or my license, run, Forrest, run. You're going to get a box of chocolates. I was like, all right, that's a wrap. We're done. Changing my name. So like I had this whole like coming out party of Aryan. I was like, this is how I want to be able to choose how I show myself to the world instead of how people tell me I should show myself to the world. So I was like, tattoo, baby. I've always wanted a big old tattoo. So I spent like $1,500, took like 12 hours. I split it up in increments, doing this awesome tattoo on my side. So I love it. Like, I'm like, I freaking love my tattoo. I'm so happy. But in the back of my mind, what I was always thinking is, what are people going to think of me? Because, you know, I'm from Kansas. I'm like, what am I going to do when I go to the pool in Kansas, Oklahoma, and like I'm in a bikini and like I have this humongous tattoo? Or like people are going to be like, she's sketchy. So I definitely had that running of like, what are people going to think of me? So my mom comes out to visit and she's not seen my tattoo yet. And I'm like, oh, you want to see my tattoo? And I pull up my shirt and she goes, I can't believe you did that to your body. And she starts crying. I laugh now. I was like, what? My mom started crying when she saw my tattoo. like it was her. Like she's crying for me. I was like, it's not your body. Like this has nothing to do with you. That's what moms do. But she was like, I can't believe you did that. That's forever. And I'm like, yeah, I know. We're good. Like I'm in my 30s. I'm pretty sure I can make adult decisions. Okay. So she was like horrified, right? So if any of you can relate, if you're from the Midwest, put it yes in the comments. Oh my gosh, we got people from London. Renee, Leslie Johnson, love Kansas girls. Me too. Kansas girls are good. Also, will you put your name when you make a comment just to start? Because sometimes the names don't pop up on my end. So sometimes I don't know who it is. So do you like tattoos? If you do, put a yes over there. Okay, so mom's crying because she's horrified that I've like, I don't know, ruined my body. And I'm laughing because I'm like, whatever, mom. It has nothing to do with you. So, but still it's going through my mind. Like, what are people going to think of me? So what are people going to think of me? My mom's going to cry and she's going to think I'm like, I don't know, trashy girl. I don't know what she thought, but she was so upset. So we go, hey, Catherine from Brighton, from back in my day. Hey, Mark from NorCal, Catherine from Florida. Oh my God, is Steph on here? Steph on here from New York, Long Island, and Florida. Okay, so we go shopping at a store here in Santa Monica with my mom. And it's one of those places where there's like it's kind of like one big dressing room. Like there's not like little dressing rooms, it's like one big room. And so I like take off my shirt and all the sales ladies in the store like run over and they're like, oh my God, what is that tattoo? Because it's like a big ass tattoo. Like it's like half my side, right? They're like, what is that tattoo? That's the prettiest thing we've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. Because like I said, it's like flowers, it's stargazer lilies and butterflies. It's so pretty. It's like a garden. And they're like, oh my God, that's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, where'd you get it? When'd you get it? Da, da, da. So my mom, who was crying 15 minutes earlier, sees these ladies freaking out over my tattoo. And then she's like, oh, it's cool. And so she's like, yeah, she just got it. Isn't it great? Isn't it so pretty? Look at the colors. And I was like, whatever, mom. I'm like, 5 minutes ago, you were crying and telling me how awful it was. So when she saw that what other people thought, she was cool with it. Okay, let's see the tattoo. I can't show you. Like that's like, well, you know, I can't really show you here on Facebook right now. It's not what the story's about. The story is about how this relates to you and your business. How do tattoos relate to your business? I'm going to tell you. It's because where have you had those thoughts running through your head? What are people going to think of me? When you want to be visible and be seen, like I had this coming out party. I got a tattoo. I changed my name. I started a stage show. I walked away from a 6-figure career where everyone told me I was crazy. My mom was like, where are you ever going to make that money again? Where are you ever going to make that kind of money? Like, yeah, cool. Thanks for the encouragement there. But I had those voices running all the time. What are people going to think of me? Because I was standing forward. I was being visible, right? I was showing up in a different way. I was playing a bigger game. I had been like hiding for so many years in like corporate America, doing what I was supposed to do. I grew up in Kansas. I went to college. I was a good girl. I got good grades. I got a good job. Like I was just like doing what I was supposed to do, but it never felt right. I knew there was something bigger for me to do. I knew I was here for a bigger purpose. I knew there had to be something better than what I was doing. But in the back of my mind all the time, I was thinking, what are people going to think of me? And So I just went full on with all these things, changing I mean, when I changed my name, do you think that I was like, what are people going to think of me when I go back to Oklahoma? And they're like, oh, she's so Hollywood. And they did. They were like, oh, my mom was like, of course. Like, they're like, yeah, of course we knew you'd become an actor and change your name. And I was like, whatever. Like, it's a dumb name. My last name was Gump. Like, I'm not going through life with the last name Arian Gump and hearing like freaking Forrest Gump jokes for the rest of my life. Like, that's dumb. I'm not going to do that. So I had to really stand forward and bust through all these like fears of like, what are people going to think of me in all these aspects? But how I got through it was there was something bigger calling me forward. There was this purpose. There was a reason to serve. I knew I could be of service in a powerful way, and I didn't know what that was yet, but I knew it wasn't what I was doing. So I had to just bust through those fears of what are people going to think of me and just do it anyway. And then what happened was once I busted through those fears, then life opened up. Then I started coaching. Then I started working as an actor on TV shows. Then I started hosting a TV show. Then I started doing video. I mean, I'm going to tell you more about video coaching, about when I first started doing videos, because it's the same thing. I had to bust through my fears, like, what are people going to think of me? So I know that you and your business come up against that yourself, because whenever we are standing forward in our visibility, and if you're in my audience, if you're here with me, that's what you're wanting. I mean, that's why people come to me, right? That's why people are surrounding, people that want to work with me or be in my presence or have me coach them, because you want something bigger. You want to be visible. You want to be seen. You might not even be conscious of it yet, but there's something you see in me that you want to create for yourself, or you wouldn't be here, right? So there's something that's in you that's driving you forward, a desire to be seen in a more authentic way, in a more visible way, in a more powerful way. And you might not even know what that is yet. And part of this starts with playing a bigger game, with showing up, with having those fears of what are people going to think of me, and doing the thing anyway. And that's the only way you work through it. You don't like have that fear of like, what are people going to think of me? And then it goes away and then you do the thing. No, it doesn't go away. I still have it, because I'm always pushing the limits of like, what's next? What's next? What am I going to do? And it's always something dumb and stupid that I'm going to do next. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to do it. So Alicia says, yes, I'd like to be in your presence. Thank you, Alicia. But like, right, we have this relationship. That's, we're in each other's worlds. I like to be in your presence. Where whoever you're in my world, you're in my family. Like, it's great. So it's like, but for you, it's important to think about, especially using video marketing to grow your business, whatever your business is, in order to create powerful videos to share with your audience so that you can magnetize your ideal clients, whether you're a coach or consultant or expert or real estate agent or lawyer, network marketing person, like whatever you're doing, this opportunity right now where the whole world is online, like everything is on, right? Everyone's working from home. Everything is online. So the opportunity has never been greater to use this power of video to actually magnetize your ideal clients and grow your business and do what you know you're here to do, right? You hear me? Yeah, hear me? And you might have those voices in the back of your head, because most of my clients do that work with me in my Lights, Camera, Cash. That's my signature group coaching program. Is my small group coaching is Lights, Camera, Cash, Inner Circle, where I work with you in a group setting, laser coaching you every week for 12 weeks, help walking you through the process of going from that place of feeling not so confident and having those voices of like, what are people going to think of me? Walking you hand by hand, step by step through a process, so that on the other side, you're feeling confident. You can turn on the camera whenever you want. You're actually magnetizing your ideal client. You're making more money. It's so much fun. That's why I coach Lights, Camera, Cash, because I've been there. I had to walk through those same fears of what are people going to think of me? And that's probably the number one. There's two, but that's probably one of the number one objections that I always hear from clients. So tell me in the comments, where does that show up for you? Where does that voice come in of what are people going to think of me? I'm really curious where in your world that shows up. What are people going to think of me? So if you'll pop that in the comments, I'd love to see it. And I'm going to look at the comments. I'm going to pause and look at the comments and see what you'll say on today. Most people can't handle authenticity. They're scared of anything outside their fishbowl. Such a good point. This is the thing about being visible and being seen. Okay. Why you like to be with me is because I'm real. Because I'm like, I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. I will tell you all my mistakes. I mean, when I went through a depression 2 years ago, I talk about it. Like, I'm not like, I'm this perfect person with this perfect life, because that's not realistic, right? Like, I tell people about my depression because I'm like, mental health is important. And I didn't know that until I went through it myself. And I was like, holy shit, this is fucking insane. And I thought I was losing my mind. But I have to be authentic about it. I have to be authentic about all these aspects of life. That's why you're here with me, right? Because you like that authenticity. So what happens is we have this image that we project into the world that we want people to think about us. And it's this kind of shell. And that's what we're used to. That's how we navigate. Like, I was such a good girl in Kansas. I still am. I fucking am I will follow the rules. I'm ridiculous. I follow the rules like no one. And my friends are like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, but they told us we have to, because I'm like a good girl. That's how I've walked. It got me far, right? This innate sense of being a good girl got me far. And that's okay. So we all have these ways that we show up in the world that got us to where we are today, but some of it might not be authentic to who we really are. So when you start to really put yourself out there and play a bigger game within yourself and in your business and being seen, and it gets sticky and uncomfortable because it's outside your fishbowl, it's outside your comfort zone. So it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be sticky. And that's why I coach Lights, Camera, Cash in a small group setting, so that I can walk you, or hold you by the hand to walk you through that, because I know it's gonna be sticky and uncomfortable. Teaching French and Spanish to high school kids via video in rural Kansas has been an eye-opener. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine teaching kids in rural Kansas French and Spanish over video. Like, that's the thing. The whole world is just turned upside down, and we're all online now, right? I am here to blow the barners of your minds. Who said that? I'm here to blow open the barners of their minds. I can't, it just says Facebook user. I don't know if it is. So I love that. Yes, you are. Pretty woman from Stock. I love this. Hi, Juan Martin. I have Sweden. We have Algeria. We have London. And then we have all over the USA. It's so much fun. I love it. Jeff Strife, love your international followers. Me too. I have clients all over the world. I have clients in Sweden and Britain and South Africa and Ireland. It's so much fun. I can't wait till I can fly again, because I'm going to do like in-person retreats at different places around the world. All right. I'm about to do 6 2-hour teaching training sessions to any teacher in Kansas that wants it. Awesome. Hey, go Kansas. Walking into a hostile environment. I plan to try to open with some humor and empathy, but I'm not looking forward to this. Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's all you can do. And it might not be as hostile as you think, right? When we, we walk in with our intention and can diffuse a lot of that. Okay. Kristen Sweeney, hi. Hashtag boss babe. I'm a lion on the prairie. Yes, speak it, girl. I'm not ashamed of depression. I'll tell anyone who wants to know. Yeah, who cares? Like, yes. Asa, hi, Asa. Stacy Lucas and Casey in the house. Hi, Stacy Lucas. Okay, so if you're just joining, what I was dishing about is how my mom cried when she saw my tattoo for the first time, because it's outside the box. Because I had the fear, what are people going to think of me? And my mom reflected it. She started crying when she saw my tattoo. I have a big tattoo on my side, flowers and butterflies. I love it. So she started crying. It's just, she was reflecting my inner thoughts. What are people going to think of me? She was reflecting it. Then I had to get over it and be like, whatever, I love my tattoo. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. So and all of those things that I told you about, like I changed my last name. I got into the entertainment business. I got a master's degree in spiritual psychology. All the while I walked away from a 6-figure career with no plan, right? So this is where these thoughts of what are people going to think of me might always be there, but your job is to just walk through it anyway. That is your job, is to walk through that fear. I think, Christy, you said this. Hi, Christy. I went through 2 depressions. It's not fun. No, it fucking sucks. Fucking depression is awful. There's like nothing good about it until you're on the other side. Because when you're in it, you can't see the other side. But when you're on the other side, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But I never want it to happen again. Hello, I'm late catching this because I was on a date with my fiance. Who's that? I don't know. It just came as Facebook user. It didn't have your name. Who's saying hello with your fiance? Who's my engaged friend on here? Congratulations. I'm sure I know you. Once I see your name, I'll know who it is. All right. So your opportunity is to recognize where that thought of what are people going to think of me is holding you back. And where it shows up in the work that I do with clients in business coaching and video coaching is when they want to create videos to impact their audience, to magnetize their ideal client, and they start playing a bigger game and start getting visible. That thought always pops up. So what do? Well, thoughts are always going to be there, but they don't have to mean anything. You have 80,000 thoughts a day. You get to choose which ones you grab onto and run down the rabbit hole with. And so when that thought comes in of what are people going to think of me, it's not the other people. There's no one out there. It's you. It's what are you going to think of you? It's a projection. Oh, hi, Trinity. Trinity with her fiance. It's you in your mind. You're projecting what someone's going to think of you, and then they reflect it back. But it's you all the time. Does that make sense? It's you judging you. So the more that you can get over yourself and quit thinking about you and get into service of how can I serve these people that need my help, because you can't help them unless they know who you are. You see? Newsflash. If people don't know how you can help them, you can't help them. You have to be visible to be seen in order to help people. So that thought can come in. What are people going to think of me? Fucking cares. Just do the thing. And then you'll bust through it. And then you'll be like, oh, nobody actually thinks anything, because we're also narcissistic. We're in our own worlds. I'm too busy thinking about me to think about you. Kind of how it works. All right. Oh, Stacy Lucas is the teacher of French and Spanish via video in Kansas, getting ready to host 6 Zoom sessions for 300 people at a time. Wow, girl, light ahead. You got this. You are a powerful woman. You are here to stand in the light and spread that light to all those people that will be learning from you. So proud of you. That's so exciting. It's awesome. Okay, so if you want, okay, I'll be back tomorrow. This is the 4th in our 5-day series of how to video like a pro. I'll be back tomorrow with more fun, more crazy stories from my miserable flops in life that got me where I am today. And Lights, Camera, Cash is my amazing group coaching program that starts next week. I'm so excited to have such an awesome group of ladies. So excited. I have 2 spots left. If you would like, or if you're curious about one of those spots, DM me and let's talk. Just say, DM me, I'm interested. We'll talk. No strings attached. Love to see where you are in your business, where you are in your life. This is the last time I'm going to teach it like this, where you get this much of me and this much coaching. It's a different format next time I teach it. So it's the last time you're going to get me with eyes on you for 12 weeks. So DM me ASAP and we'll hop on the phone tomorrow or over the weekend and see if Lights, Camera, Cash would be appropriate for you, because it might be really fun to have you in there. All right, my loves. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I love being here live with you. I love being on replay. I love all you people from all over the world. There's my friend Smitty. Hi, Smitty. What up? Tomorrow, I'll be back here at 5 p.m. PST, wherever that is in your world, 5 p.m. PST. And we'll have some more fun. And I'll post a picture. Like, I'm not going to show you my tattoo. It's on my side. But like when I wear like my workout tops, you can see it. If you're on my Instagram or Facebook, like you've seen it. I have this picture of me in a bikini on Instagram. You can go see it there. All right, loves. I love you. We love you long time. Ciao.